All right. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We have a fun one for you this evening. Hope you all are doing well. My name is Brian, and in this particular video, we're going to be reviewing slash highlighting another content creator by the name of Beth Roars. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your last name right. If not, I'm very sorry. I am terrible with names. It is nothing personal. However, you may or may not have noticed I've switched audio devices. I don't really know how this is going to work overall. Hopefully you all can hear me. I know the video, the video picture specifically is not the greatest. I'm trying a new software for the video to get rid of the background because I'm not in a position to show you my background at the moment. Hopefully you don't care, but I'm going to switch over and we're going to listen to this particular song here in just a minute. Some changes or not changes per se, but overall, I'm going to be filming some new content for you all here in the next couple of days, and a little English is hard. What's the word? What's the word? And a little heads up, if you will, is it's going to be a used police car. I've got the 2013 Ford Taurus Police Interceptor sedan from a local, well, semi-local dealer. I'm really excited to show you all a little bit about it. I'm more or less a Crown Vic guy myself, but when push comes to shove, you got to get what you can afford. And since I'm pretty much broke, that's all I can afford. And that's just a little highlight, if you will. Now, like I said, we're going to jump into this particular video and we're going to jam out with Miss Beth, who's a vocal coach. And without further ado, we're going to switch over into that. All right. So I got the video loaded up. One final note before we jump into it. We I have four channels, as you can see on your screen. One of them is called After Hours, which is probably the one that you're watching now. I'm not entirely sure if I'll upload this to any of the others for a variety of reasons. But if you're interested in some banned or offensive content with me cursing and covering some political comments, things of that nature, come join us on the Dark Side of Life podcast. I do content for that fairly regularly. You can also visit us at Clinks and Clanks. I had to throw some L's in there for YouTube reasons and some terms of service reasons, and I'm a goofy kind of guy. So that is all about sex, relationships, dating, and other advice. Come join us for that. And if you're interested in exercise, fitness, survival, hiking, camping, product reviews, outdoors, in general type of content, come join us at the Veteran Survival School, where unfortunately you'll have to listen to me ramble on a little bit about stuff, but we'll have a good time with that. So, without further ado, let's play the video.
This one is a Patreon vote winner and the theme is crime, and it makes total sense because this song is criminally awesome.
All right, I have absolutely no idea why the video paused. I mean, I'm on a hotspot, so maybe that's the particular reason. I don't really know, actually. Um, that's that's surprising, and I don't know if I can fix this. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. Uh, uh-oh. All right, everybody, we are gonna have to pause it for just a second. As you can pretty much tell, this is an ACDC Dirty Deeds Done Cheap video review, which I am attempting to do, but technology is failing me, which is fantastic. Um, Pretty much ACDC is easily in the Hall of Fame. I believe they were inducted in 2003. If you're more what's the word? If you're more connected in the music sphere than I am, feel free to correct me in the comments. But they you don't get to be in the Hall of Fame by being a crappy band. So ultimately, this is one of the bands that's always in a running playlist. It's always in a gym playlist for me. And I pretty much grew up with ACDC, even though I'm not very old. I have a pretty diverse music taste, which you will all get to experience over this YouTube journey of mine. So without further ado, we're going to jump back into it.
I'm gonna go and listen into that amazing chorus. There's such an amazing lift and build throughout. What I love in this is that the audience, this amazing Argentinian audience, are singing along with the riff at the start. And there is something very simple about this song. There's that simple driving beat in the drums, which is great for stadiums. It really cuts through, and sometimes when things are a little bit muddy, when there's a lot of complexity, it can get lost in a stadium environment. So this is the perfect band for that. It's kind of a sad story, but it's a really wonderful story as to why he became the singer of ACDC. Of course,
Yeah, so as one commentator, which we will be highlighting here in just a little bit, sometime this week, she called him Angry Elmo. And honestly, I can't hear his voice now and not think of, well, Angry Elmo. Or if Elmo had a rock band, and that was absolutely hysterical to listen to her. And like I said, we'll be getting into that here in a bit. But as Miss Beth said, ACDC is just unbelievable energy. It's unbelievable experience. I really wish I could have gone to a concert back in the day, but I wasn't around to do that. I mean, I couldn't imagine being in the stadium, in the stands, if you will, just observing a legend. So it's just absolutely incredible.
the original singer was Bon Scott, and Bon Scott passed away in 1980. And Bon Scott also was a little bit cleaner than these vocals here, but
All right, I'm not gonna lie. I have not actually seen this video all the way through, so I did not know we were going to be doing a history lesson per se. But we are going to fast forward a little bit to keep this video not too terribly long.
he loved a bit of a raspy vocal and was a massive fan of Little Richard. Side note, I don't know another artist. So there's a few different things going on. Why does his voice sound so distinctive and quite so raspy? Is it technique? Is that just how his voice sounds? If you listen to his voice in interviews now, it is really raspy.
I guess it was just this wonderful moment when, the stars align or something like that.
Well, then you must have done a pretty good audition.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I remember I sang Tina Turner's Nutbush City Limits, and they had to learn it. Like, what the hell? But it was wonderful.
So there's obviously an element of it being natural. However, if you listen to his voice when he was in Geordie back in the day, his voice, although having a little raspy edge, was a lot cleaner.
Well, it's too late now for us to speak of changes.
And with all of these videos, you learn something new. I did not know he was a part of a different band before he was the singer with ACDC. So, you can learn something new. Good job.
It's beautiful. It actually reminds me of Bon Scott's voice in the studio version of this song. Brian Johnson has sung with a raspy style throughout his life. So I think there is a partial element of technique there. You can hear it coming in, burning maybe here or in your throat. Taking some pressure off the vocal cords at certain points. It's difficult to know unless you scope him, put a scope down his throat. But it's interesting to hear how loud in order to create something that really punches through. But you don't. You have a microphone, or most of us work with microphones now. So you can sing fairly quiet and let it do the work for you. He also has fantastic breath support. Now, that raspy voice probably means that there's some breath leaking through. Often our vocal cords close fully, and that kind of gives us a bit of pressure to stop the air. It makes it a little bit easier for us. And as that becomes breathier, that becomes a little bit harder. You have to control your diaphragm, control your rib cage.
Alrighty, everybody. So, we are approaching that time of the night where I'm going to wrap this video up here in just a second. Um, we're only about halfway through. The original video is over 16 minutes, and we've gone on for long enough. I want to keep these particular highlight videos, as I'm going to call them, fairly short, fairly sweet, and fairly to the point. So if you like her in-depth analysis on kind of like the singer's background, the quality of their voice, how they got their specific singing voice, if you will. As of right now, we're talking about breath support and how the rib cage and the diaphragm is all gonna play into play a role in that. Probably why I sound ridiculous, but if you hang around for this point of the video, thank you so much. Join us on the website if you'd like to suggest a video. Leave a comment down below. Hit the like button if you found this to be of any use to you whatsoever. And I will probably find the original song just on YouTube and do another kind of like me only commentary on that. So if you're interested in that, put ACDC down in the comments to show me your support, and we'll join that. So without further ado, thank you all for hanging around. I hope you have a fantastic day, everybody, and don't stop rocking. We'll see you on the next one.